This presentation was paid for by CGTN. The opinions, views, and claims expressed are those of CGTN and may not necessarily reflect those of CNBC.
Economy, innovation, culture, exploration. Discover the vibrant pulse of China's economy and dive into the rich tapestry of its culture. Embark on a journey of exploration with Meet China. Here, your journey begins.
Hello and welcome to this episode of Meet China. I'm Lily Lu. Today, let's embark on a journey to 3 unique destinations in South China's Fujian province. In Jinjiang, we unravel the city's transformation into a sportswear production powerhouse. In the picturesque Xiapu County, we discover the thriving modern fishing industry. And then we journey into the Wuyi Mountains to explore the beauty of Wuyi rock tea. Let's begin with a simple pair of sneakers that's grown into a staggering $41 billion business miracle. Let's venture into the birthplace of those shoes, Jinjiang, known as China's shoe capital. There, pioneering entrepreneurs and resilient individuals navigate waves of economic changes with the motto, "Fight to win," as their guiding spirit.
A festival of colors. Thousands of people, young and old, are gathered here this beautiful morning, waiting for the starting pistol.
More and more Chinese people want to live a healthy lifestyle, and this is driving a demand in traditional and modern sports. One of them is running, and what better way to enjoy that than join in the fun at the Color Run here in Beijing.
I love this. We get fun, passion, courage, and freedom here. I hope you have fun.
Apparently, there's much more to sport than just getting fit and staying healthy.
With a growing passion for sports here in China, sportswear is also becoming a fashion trend.
In 2023, China's sports consumption market was valued at around $200 billion. That's expected to double in 3 years. Chinese sports brands are getting the picture. But how are they leveraging on it? This is Jinjiang, China's shoe capital. 1 in every 20 pairs of shoes in the world is manufactured here. That's over 1 billion pairs each year. Yet, little more than 40 years ago, Jinjiang was just an impoverished town on China's southeast coast. What's the secret behind its success? Chen Radian is the president of the local Chamber of Commerce. He tells me that to understand the Jinjiang story, I should learn a song, Fight to Win.
Why do you like this song?
Actually, anyone who's from southern Fujian, especially the entrepreneurs, loves this song. If you suffer a setback in business or are facing a difficult situation, this song encourages you to keep going.
I could not understand every word, but the way he sang the song, I could feel how the people of Jinjiang fought hard to get to where they are today.
I was among the first to start a business in Chennai. I was 18 at the time. We've had so many hard times. Sometimes we'd ride our bikes all the way to Xiamen in a day. They had shoe lasts there. We also went there to sell our shoes.
1978 was a turning point for China. It announced its reform and opening up to reshape its economy. Chen dared to dream. But back in the day, it was not easy for private entrepreneurs to join the big boys.
Back then, to sell our shoes, we went to grocery shops and department stores. They were all state-owned. The salespeople really looked down on us. We'd take out some sample shoes, and often they'd just throw us out. They sneered at us and ordered us to leave. We had to be quite brazen. There was so much we had to go through.
The tables have turned now. Private entrepreneurs have contributed significantly to make China the world's second largest economy. The private sector accounts for 90% of businesses in China and provides 80% of the jobs here.
We Chendai people have the advantage of being hardworking, resilient, and highly competitive. I always want to do better and prove myself. We've run into some major difficulties, but we've kept going. It never occurs to any of us to give up.
Market economy reforms were a boon to private entrepreneurs like Chen. Quickly, Jinjiang grew to become a national hub of the footwear industry. As the market continued to flourish, it generated an aggregation effect. From raw material procurement to production and sales, tens of thousands of enterprises sprung up in Jinjiang, forming a complete production chain and industrial system. Jinjiang began to make its mark on the international stage to become a global footwear hub. Simultaneously, dozens of towns across the country, echoing Jinjiang's success, began to emerge as dynamic industrial hubs. Like an ecosystem, watching these small and big fishes just reminds me of how small and big companies in Jinjiang work together efficiently. However, Jinjiang's fish, big and small, were in for a shock. The Great Recession in 2008 threw a spanner in the works.
We'd been exporting to the world. The global market was open to us. But in the wake of the financial crisis, the growth in global demand started declining. We needed to transform our business.
Jinjiang's entrepreneurs recognized the need for a major change in strategy. From design and manufacturing to quality and branding, the traditional industries needed an upgrade. Across China, entrepreneurs began creating world-famous brands for the domestic market, focusing on higher quality and better design. This logistics center is operated by a local sports brand. During China's biggest shopping festival, Double 11, it handles 1 million orders a day. Among the sneakers flying off its shelves, many bear the touch of American designer Robbie Fuller.
Wow.
Oh!
What? Seriously? So, I mean, for me, this is what an amazing moment. Out here, you know, like maybe in that box, something I designed.
Possibly you could have designed,
in that box, something that somebody from my team's designed.
Right.
And each time that thing moves, it's like somebody somewhere said, hey, I want something you've designed. So pretty cool moment. Looking at these people.
From designing his first pair of shoes at Converse to senior design director at Adidas, Robbie became a leading figure in footwear design. In 2016, he made the move to China. So, big question, why China?
As part of being a footwear designer, you need to go to where the product's being made. You need to see the samples, make updates. For me, I feel this pressure at all times. As soon as I get the sample, immediately it's like, what do you want to change? You know? And so for you quickly look at it and you go, oh, yeah, I agree. This part could be better. This could be better. You make those changes, get them out, boom, here comes the next round, then the next round. So unlike any other place in the world, literally for two years we had this theme, Faster China, and this was one of the authentic reasons why we really like that theme, because it's faster, moving forward, high performance, high technology. So yeah, the pace is unbelievable.
At this state-of-the-art manufacturing facility, creative designs are being transformed into products faster than ever before. Different categories, styles, colors, and sizes of shoes and clothing are being produced on the same production line at the same time.
The most notable change in China's economy is that it has shifted from large-scale expansion to high-quality development. What does high-quality development mean? It means focusing on technological innovation.
You can tell something.
This one is good. This one is soft.
And that focus is definitely paying off. In 2022, ANTA's revenue surpassed Nike's in China for the first time, making it the largest sports footwear and apparel company in the country.
Trends come and go, but winning is always cool. To be honest, that was one of the reasons I wanted to come and do this role in China. And so being able to play any kind of role in that, I think I'll look back on it and, feel a sense of pride.
In the past 40 years, pride, persistence, and entrepreneurship have become the hallmark of this city. Just like ANTA, more companies are starting out small and growing into giant whales in the ocean we call the global marketplace.
Most countries operate under a market economy. But in the vast majority of cases, the market economy has not proved successful. So, a market economy is a necessary condition. But it's not a sufficient condition for economic growth. So, it depends on each government to initiate reforms and implement policies. The Chinese government has done very well in this regard.
As part of its continuous efforts to deepen reform, China announced yet another new law in July 2024. Its aim is to boost the socialist market economy. For Robbie, China is no longer just a working place. It has become a home for his wife and 2 kids.
I want to share all my love with you. No one else will do.
And your eyes.
Your eyes.
What's the life like being a fisherman? How to combine the fun and challenges of modernized fishing industry and seafood economy with China's sustainability efforts. To find the answers, I take you to the breathtaking coastlines in Xiapu County. Let's dive into the heart of the local fishing culture and discover the wonders of a unique marine lifestyle. And mission number 1, finding a squid in the mudflats.
Oh my god.
I feel something biting my legs.
This is me as a junior fisher. I have dived into the mud with simple equipment to fight sea creatures, especially those living in the mudflats, which are the areas of muddy coast where rivers meet the ocean.
Catch this. Look at its tail. One more time.
Oh, it's an octopus.
Oh my god, another one.
Put it on your hands.
On my hands.
Oh my god, it's amazing.
In the olden days, thousands of fishermen made their living by beach combing, searching for seafood by walking along the beach even as the tides rise and fall. But nowadays, with the modernization of fishing industries, beach combing has become part of the tourism sector instead of a means of subsistence. And the beachcombing camp I have experienced this time is built by a young man starting his business in his hometown.
The mudflat region of Xiapu County is known as the most beautiful in China. So, we have rich resources for beachcomb and tourism, attracting people from all over the country. The number of visitors to Xiapu in 2023 exceeded 10 million.
And instead of a beachcomber, now I want to get a taste of a real fisherman's life.
And now I'm headed to a very incredible homestay here in Xiapu. It's super special because, now you will know in a minute.
The boat turned up waves as it carried us into the Xinan town 7-star sea area. The white ocean is lined with modern fishing rafts to mainly breed Ningde's specialty, large yellow croakers. Dongzu is the owner of a homestay over the sea built here a few years ago that integrates breeding, sightseeing, and education.
In 2018, with the support of the government, we reformed our fishing grounds, replacing the old wooden cages with deep water plastic cages. With twice the space, the fish are in better shape and provides better yields. And we are no longer afraid of typhoons. The sea is also covered with submarine cables. Our infrastructure is secured and the ocean environment is now better.
And science-based fishing methods have also made Dongzu's homestay a heaven for visitors to experience the life of a modern fisherman.
Pull the net this way. Slowly, gently. Okay, you can get it. You got it.
It's Ningda's large yellow croaker.
You can touch it.
This large yellow croaker, which turns golden after sunset, was a rare creature in the past, and the development of modern farming in Ningde has allowed large yellow croakers to enter the homes of ordinary folk, also enriched people's daily diet.
With the scientific management of our ocean environment, the edible sea creatures in Xiapu now reach more than 1,000 species, and in addition to seafood, our daily diet has been diversified.
And e-commerce development has brought this delicacy to even more places. Zhang Xujian is one of the youths coming back to his hometown here to start a business. His social media channel with his father became popular with their videos of beachcombing, and now he runs a seafood enterprise powered by e-commerce.
Our factory has built an intelligent production line, and optimized cold chain transportation has also greatly served our e-commerce business. We sold more than 100 million yuan of seafood in 2022. For the peak days, we can have more than 1 million transactions per day.
The fishing industry, enabled by technology and well-managed sea communities, have made Xiapu a more vibrant city. The county with the most beautiful mudflats in China attracts tourists to check out the scenery.
I have been shooting the mudflats for nearly 20 years. At the beginning, very few people paid attention to this topic. With more professional enthusiasts winning international awards, Xiapu has gradually become popular with its scenery. The beauty of Xiapu is not only the nature, but also the beauty of humanity.
And with the government's focus on overall food sustainability and security to improve people's livelihoods, the modernized industries to promote their happiness, the small county in Ningde is going its own way to play a beautiful symphony between the mountains and the sea.
We now delve into the world of the Wuyi rock tea, a true treasure from the Wuyi Mountains, which is one of the world's most important tea-producing regions. Known for its captivating blend of flavors, the tea is more than a beverage, but a cultural treasure. Now, as we explore the beautiful landscapes of the mountains, we meet with dedicated tea farmers who have refined their craft over the centuries, balancing tradition with innovation. And their meticulous processing methods showcases the deep connection between nature and culture.
This is Wuishan City, located in the northwest of Fujian province. It's not only a birthplace of rock tea or oolong tea and world-renowned black tea, but also a home to world natural and cultural heritage. Just look at these beautiful karst mountains with magnificent limestone peaks. They stand tall and proud, as if giants guarding the secrets of tea making that we are about to explore. Imagine being surrounded by mountains, with peaks that are permanently shrouded in a veil of mist and clouds. Imagine also that the sunlight has penetrated the layers of cloud, and you're enveloped in a warm and soothing glow. Well, this is the environment where the famous Wuyi rock tea is nurtured, with the Wuyi Mountains acting as a wall to provide protection from the forces of nature. Tea has been grown here for thousands of years. The origin of every bush in the tea fields here can be traced back to 6 ancient trees, known as the Dahongpao mother trees. They have survived for over 360 years, growing tenaciously in the crevices in the rock face.
These are the 6 Dahongpao, clover shrub trees. I was in my prime from 1986 to 2006 or 2007.
Those were the best years of my life. It's when I devoted my youth to caring for the Dahongpao mother trees.
Wang Shunming is a national inheritor of the Wuyi rock tea processing art. Coming from a family with a long tradition of tea growing, he has dedicated over 20 years to caring for the 6 mother trees that are the original source of the Dahongpao tea, the most famous type of Wuyi rock tea.
Chinese oolong tea originated in the Wuyi Mountains. The first semi-fermented Chinese oolong tea was made here. Then it spread across 3 provinces: Fujian, Taiwan, and Guangdong.
The peaks of Wuyi Mountains aren't especially tall, yet they're often shrouded in mist. In the afternoon, the sun penetrates it and caresses the tea bushes with gentle rays of light. The moisture contained in the mist settles on the rocky slopes before trickling down to the roots of the tea plants, consequently enriching them with minerals. This process creates the distinct flavor of Wuyi rock tea, known as Yanyun, or rocky rhymes.
I've heard this is because it leaves your mouth full of the taste of rock and fragrance of flowers. What about this rocky taste and flowery fragrance?
Wuyi rock tea has always grown in a highly favorable environment. Magnificent mountains and grand rivers give it the taste of rock and fragrance of flowers.
There's only one season a year for picking Wuyi tea leaves, and it falls roughly between April 20 and May 6. It's a very narrow window for gathering the whole year's crop. The city of Wuyi is left virtually deserted, as everyone has headed into the mountains to pick the tea. To the people of Wuyi, gathering and sharing their precious tea leaves is a sacred mission. Liu Guoying is an inheritor of the Wuyi rock tea processing art, having dedicated his life to perfecting the various skills involved in making it. Today, he is celebrated as one of the most famous tea masters in the region.
Numerous techniques are involved in processing rock tea. First, the leaves must be withered after being picked. The second step is the fine manipulation of the green leaves. We shake them first so they collide. This turns the edges red, but the middle stays green. That's semi-fermentation.
Wuyi rock tea, as a special Wulong variety, sits between green, non-fermented tea and black, fully fermented tea. The processing involves more than 10 steps, principal among which is the fermentation, which must be done at precisely the right temperature to bring out the complex flavors. Having been inherited and developed over many centuries, the art of processing Wuyi rock tea has been listed as part of the nation's intangible cultural heritage.
You shake it in 4 directions, up and down, left and right. Then you move like this. The green tea leaves are twirling inside. Can you see them turning and bouncing?
Yeah, like it feels like it starts to dance, but it's so hard to make those 2 movements together.
It takes 3 years to learn these movements.
Wow, it takes like 3 years just to learn that movement.
After you shake them, you spread them out.
When the mao-chai is ready, the next step in the refining follows, when the tea leaves are roasted. This is another vital stage of the tea processing process, when the fermentation is halted and the desired flavor and aroma established.
We lay the charcoal out there. Look at the bottom. It's charcoal below. If the temperature is not high enough, the layer of ash needs to be thinner. Otherwise, it should be thicker.
You use the ash to adjust the temperature.
That's right. Sometimes it's not up to standard, it may be close. Even so, we need to roast the leaves a second time. If that's all right, then twice is enough. Otherwise, you need to roast them 3 times.
So, succeeding the first time is ideal.
Yes, getting it right at the first attempt is best.
So it's like playing golf, you know? You just do it in the first hit, and then you hit the target.
This makes our tea taste mellower and gives it its taste of rock and fragrance of flowers. The technique is unique to processing rock tea.
Wuyi rock tea, with its warm roasted notes, is to tea aficionados, what a fine French vintage is to wine lovers. Compared to other varieties of Wuyi Mountains teas, it's still young, but that only means it mesmerizes us with the promise of mysteries yet to be revealed. The Wuyi Mountains are famous for more than just tea. They have featured prominently in Chinese history and culture. During the Southern Song Dynasty, over 900 years ago, the philosopher Zhu Xi taught in the area. He introduced Confucian elements and wrote poetry that have become an integral part of the Wuyi Mountains tea culture. Zuo Jun is a descendant of Zhu Xi and also an inheritor of the Wuyi rock tea processing art.
Zhu Xi became enlightened through tea. Tea inspired him to understand Confucianism and Neo-Confucianism. Throughout almost 50 years in the Wuyi Mountains, he maintained his love of tea. Tea was his greatest pleasure. He found he could expound better on the philosophical principles of Confucianism with the help of tea.
As a Neo-Confucian scholar, Zhu Xi viewed tea as a way of understanding Confucianism. He taught that the beauty of tea doesn't lie in its appearance, but rather in its virtues of harmony and frugality. He urged people to enjoy tea in moderation and avoid extravagance and waste.
Zhu Xi once assessed Wuyi tea as follows. As to the principles of Zhongyong, being without inclination to either side is Zhong. Admitting of no change is Yong. Zhong is the right way. Yong is the universal theory. Zhu Xi invested the highest Confucian ethics into Wuyi tea. Wuyi tea was thus elevated from one of 7 everyday items to a symbol of scholarship. Tea is still talked about, together with musical instruments, chess, calligraphy, painting, poetry, and wine. China is a nation that observes strict etiquette. Now, one aspect of it is sweeping the world. We talk about harmony between tea and the world. This is inherited from Confucian etiquette.
And with that, I'm wrapping up today's Meet China. Stay tuned for more captivating stories from across China in next week's episode. I'm Lily Lu, and I see you next week.
Discover the potential. Witness the opportunities. Experience dazzling exhibitions and captivating events. Explore groundbreaking innovations and future-shaping industries. Stand at the crossroads where the cities of tomorrow meet timeless traditions. Meet China, where every story is a new discovery.
This presentation was paid for by CGTN. The opinions, views, and claims expressed are those of CGTN and may not necessarily reflect those of CNBC.